Good afternoon, everybody. There is the energy. Thank you. Jai Bhim. Respected Chief Guest, Professor Krishna Mohan Garu, Director Ratna Garu, Registrar Govardhan Garu, and the convener of this program, Madam Professor Anuradha Garu, my good friend Professor J. Kumar Garu, and all the other good friends. It's very happy to be here and delighted, honor. And this is a very, very special occasion to spend time with the family. We are all a family. Generally, as a teacher, I make some observations. Any congregation I go, first of all, I count how many audience am I addressing and what is their mood. And before I come, I'll find out what is their need. So maybe around 160 were there when we were sitting there. People kept on adding, and I think it has gone beyond 190 or so. Out of which, about 32 people were very seriously sinking their heads into their mobiles, and at least 5 or 6 couples were talking to each other. Maybe unless it is so important, they would have done that. And I also see like 5 kids are invited to this program, and other mothers have brought. I really appreciate you, Ma, for having invited your child to be part of this. Okay, and there is one friend who is also here on the wheelchair. Okay, challenging himself to be a mistress. Please give a special clap to him. I think Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Priya and Pratyusha are doing a very commendable job, like standing here and inviting all of us. And I think Madhu and Vid both have come and received me at the gate. Thank you so much for that. Where's Madhu? Madhu is there. And congratulations to all the winners. I think one of the winner there, like in elocution competition, what's her name? Like I think, yeah. But you are still practicing talking. I think, okay, for the next occasion, I think please pay your attention here. Thank you. Please sit down. Okay. Not to make you all laugh. Okay, but like it's needed. Okay. So dear friends, thank you once again for inviting me. I'll be making this talk a little practical. I need eye contact of each one of you, whether you may be wearing a cap or like holding a phone, but whatever it may be, I would really be happy if this friend of mine also has your eye contact on me. Can we all, my request, to just close your eyes for a moment until I ask you to open your eyes. Shall we all close our eyes for a moment, please? Either those on the stage or off the stage. Shall we all please close our eyes? And please respond to me by raising your hand, okay, as an answer to my question. Close your eyes. How many of us sitting here are untouchables? Please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Please. If you are half truth, raise your hand half. If you are full truth, raise your hand full. Thank you. Put your hands down. Open your eyes. Yeah, very unfortunately, still we are stuck up in the feeling that we are untouchables. We are not. Are we untouchables? No, we are not. We are not untouchables. Okay, people should pay respects to touchers. Is it not? We are more touchables. We are more touchables than anybody in the world. So let us come out of that. With all appreciation to Anuradha Garu for taking all the pains to invite me, and Govardhan Garu said, Govardhan Garu, I am impressed with your straightforwardness. I am very happy that you have invited a wonderful chief guest, Professor Krishna Mohan Garu, who was so humble. But what I did like from him is like, he was telling that I am still a learner. Yes, that is the quality of a teacher. And Ratna Rao Garu, I don't know, we are very unfortunate fortunate that his tenure was extended by 6 months, but unfortunate we are leaving him such a dynamic, very young administrator. Now coming to why we gathered here, like some of you might have come here because your friend invited, you might have come here because somebody told you like, jana padta, okay? Somebody might have come here because it is a holiday. Somebody is here because really it means something to us to be here. Whatever the cause may be, we are here. Chief Guest Krishna Mohan sir was mentioning, there is no comparison to Ambedkar and anybody in this country. There is no comparison to Ambedkar and anybody, almost anybody in the world. Such a great towering personality is we are remembering today and celebrating his birthday. We are very fortunate, we are very lucky to be here. Such a great person, multifaceted person, who contributed, who shaped this modern India, who contributed so much for this. Once please guess, if Ambedkar wouldn't have born in this country, what could have been you, me, or anybody sitting here and there? I don't think Anuradha Madam would have sat here if Ambedkar would not have been born in this country. True? True, isn't it? Not you, neither you, or anybody. If Ambedkar was not born in this country couldn't have been like this. Oh my God, what he did and what he did not to this nation, to this country. Sir, we are all talking to each other, right? I may ask you a question also. Can you please tell me the green t-shirt in third row from the back? Can you please, yourself, sir? There are two responses we get. When we call out your name, if you are looking back, you are interested to answer. Though you are not called, if you are leaning forward, you are interested to answer. That is the dynamics of classroom behavior. So can I please ask you, because that's my nature, if somebody is not looking at me, I would ask that question to you. So can I please ask you, can you name one book written by Ambedkar ji? No, if you cannot, please openly, there is nothing. It's not a quiz or examination. Already quiz is over, they got the prizes. Okay. So how many of you know at least names of two books written by Baba Saheb Ambedkar? Wonderful, very good. Thank you so much for that. In what way are we paying tribute to the father of this constitution? The messiah of the oppressed, suppressed. What is that we are doing in this country? Now this is a very important time that India is passing through. 65% of this nation's population is going to be young and youth. If this youth of this nation is not properly guided in this country, you do not see the making of India what is dreamt by Ambedkar. And very sadly, very lately, we realized the contributions of Baba Saheb in this country. After his death in 1956, until 1990s, we didn't realize he's a Bharat Ratna. What a sad state of country, we lived during those days. He is recognized as Columbia's university's topmost influential person. Don't you feel like clapping your hands? When Oxford University has conducted the most influential persons ever lived in this world, he's the fourth topmost. Hey, whose birthday are we celebrating here? Where is that joy in our heart? Where is that interest in our minds? Where is that curiosity that we are carrying into this hall? When sir told me, that director sir, Ramna Rao sir told me, he doubted whether this hall will be full or not. Hey sir, you are not this small hall. Your auditoriums, your stadium should be full in days to come. Because now you see everybody's agenda is revolving around Ambedkarism and Ambedkar in this country. Is it not? Now the elections are closed. Okay, there's some Jaganji wanted to erect a statue. In Maharashtra, somebody wanted to try for a 400 plus feet statue, and now in our own state, which is formed, Telangana is formed because of Article 3 inserted by Ambedkar ji. So therefore, Ambedkar statue is raised high into the skies, taking his pride. Modi ji is telling today, if Ambedkar wouldn't have been there, I would not have become Prime Minister. Whether willingly or unwillingly, everybody is counting upon Ambedkar. Now the whole country is doing the japam of Ambedkar. They are chanting the name of Ambedkar. They are recounting the contributions made by Ambedkar. Imagine a small lad who was not allowed to sit in the classroom along with his classmates, who was made to sit outside the classroom and listen to the lessons, was chosen to draft the constitution of a country. What is significant, what is unmeasurable, isn't it? Change from a lad in a classroom outside sitting and who was not even offered water if the pew is not absent, not present in the school, who was selected, chosen, and there was nobody else. Nobody knows sociology, nobody knows anthropology, nobody knows political ethics, nobody knows politics, nobody knows economics. And the one and only person who can cover all these domains and can draft a constitution where so many provinces are amalgamated and emerged as one India, taking from north to south, Kashmir to Kanyakumari, east to west, a combination of so much of diversity, who has seen this world, studied this country, and who has projected the needs of this country in the right fitting way, who can bring out this country from the clutches of casteism and discrimination and oppression, is the one and only. Oh my God. Can you please repeat? One and only Baba Saheb Ambedkar. And we are the true heirs of Ambedkar. Not being SCs and STs or BCs, being born as Indian, we are the true heirs of Ambedkar. What are we trying to know about him? What are we trying to learn from him? Is it just mere giving away some flowers, floral tribute there by Director Sir or Chief Guest Sir or myself or Anuradha Madam and Registrar Sir? Is it enough? It's just by garlanding him, is it enough? Or just being present here, is it enough? If by saluting him is enough? What is the real tribute we can give? What do we know? Honestly speaking, if Ambedkar could not have born in this country, and people who helped him also, first one who should be praised for is his mother. The mother did not deny, because in our Sanskrit or in our Telugu we call it Karana Janma, a purposeful birth, isn't it? This Karana Janma was born as a 14th child. Now imagine, all of you, my dear daughters and sons, imagine, okay, he was born as a 14th child. If mother wanted him not, could he have come into this world? So tribute to Bhimabai, Ma Salam, who has given birth to our Ambedkar. And father decided to send him to school, having recognized his childhood intelligence. He decided to send him to good education. In spite of all odds, there was one teacher there was one teacher who recognized his greatness as a child and a child student. And he offered his own name. Ambedkar was not his name. He is Ambawada child. But it is the Ambedkar teacher. Teacher sitting here should be proud. But we have to also question teacher sitting here. How many such children we have really identified and encouraged? How many such students will carry our name in their success? Yes, once the great missile man. Who is missile man? Yes, Abdul Kalam ji, like after he was chosen as the president of this nation, after taking oath of his office, he went straight away to his science teacher in the school and touched his feet and told him that if you have not inculcated that spirit of scientific thinking in me when I was in a student with you, I would not have become the president of this country. Salute to all such great teachers, including myself. All the teaching fraternity who are sitting here should think how many such lives we have touched. Very unfortunate, isn't it? Very sad. Even now also, even in prime institutions, national institutions like IITs and IIMs and NITs, still we have some of the faculty who are carried away by caste. Very sad. Of course, may not be in NIT, but very unfortunate. But there are such great teachers because of whom. There was one teacher who recognized the greatness of Ambedkar when he passed the matriculation, one and only, untouchable, to do that great feat, and he passed out with the highest rank or position in the results. He is the one teacher who recommended him to the Maharaja of Baroda, and because of which that scholarship he is being sent to the University of Columbia. There are teachers. Now, this tribute what we are paying, if you are a mother, Amma, you are a mother, there is a great father, what can we do like Ambedkar's parents have done to Ambedkar? If we are teachers, what can we do to the students who are studying with us as his great teachers have encouraged and promoted him? Now coming to, after going there, what he has done? He assumed lot of great achievements in that very short period. And Madam Anuradha was mentioning, a course which requires 8 years of study, he completed in 2.5 years. Now, dear friends, come on, let us listen. As a teacher, sir, I consider there are 5 types of students. Now, how many of your students here? Great. It will be useful to you. 5 types of students. One is advanced learner. They read the lessons before the teacher teaches. They go prepared to the class, having studied the lessons before they are taught. Second is present learners. They are very committed. When the teacher is teaching the lessons, they really pay attention and they are committed to learn during that session. Definitely. Third is late learners. They neither read the lessons early, they neither pay full attention in the classroom, but they are determined to learn it before the examination. Okay, that's a category, of course. There is another category, 4th category, that is late learners. Okay, I finished. One is advanced learner, the second is present learner, third is late learners, and the fourth is unfortunately forced learners. Unless the teacher forces, parent forces, friend forces, or situation forces, they don't learn. And the fifth is great fellow. This fellow is never learner. He thinks what is in the book is what belongs to the author, what is being taught, what belongs to the teacher. Okay, it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to me. Ambedkar was advanced. If you really wanted to be a follower and wanted to give a tribute to Ambedkar, come on, shift yourself from a never learner to a forced learner to a late learner to a present learner, but do become an advanced learner and become an Ambedkarite follower. That is what I request you from. Coming to what Ambedkar has done as a student, you all have really learned. I wish everybody at least to take a note. How many of you have a copy? How many of you have touched or opened the Indian Constitution? Let us all speak to. Let us all speak to. How many of you touched the Constitution of India? Please raise your hand. Very sad. Very sad. What is the use of praising Ambedkar being the father of Constitution of India if you have not even touched the Constitution? I request you, please make a conscious commitment to yourself. We have to see the Constitution because we spent sleepless nights. Because most of the people in the Constituent Assembly and the committee, either they withdraw, somebody died, and somebody was living in an abroad country. But he is the one and only person who committedly completed it, because that is going to lay the foundations and lay the pathways for the people suppressed in this country to come to the Panchayat office member to President of India. Is it not? Why is Draupadi Murmu ji sitting there? Is it because of Modi ji? Is she sitting there because of Modi ji? She is sitting there because of Ambedkar ji. They are afraid because now the season is Ambedkar season is going on. Following immediately Ramnath Kovind. Who is the next? Draupadi Murmu. Okay, people are now scared. If we still continue to ignore either Ambedkar or the suppressed and the oppressed people in this country, why Dalit Bandhu came? Many Bandhus were there, but why Dalit Bandhu came? People are scared. If this is not announced, we may not come back to power again. This is a very important time that people are recognizing the importance of Ambedkar. It is we who should study and reinvent Ambedkar again in our lives, in our institutions, and in our families. Very important. And if at all there is any murti, or if at all there is any photograph, that every day we should get up and join our hands and greet and come out of our houses. That is one and only Ambedkar. It was in 2015 in Ravindra Bharati. I was fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, I don't carry any such privileges. When compared to Ambedkar, if Ambedkar ji is an ocean, what, Dr. Prakash, I suppose, who introduced me here, okay, with such a elaborated thing, I will be only a spoonful of water in presence of Ambedkar or in comparison. Now come on, imagine what is Ambedkar ji is. Okay, I was chosen to be the first recipient of Dalit Ratna Award that year after the formation of Telangana. Okay, at that time, among all the 12 or 15 recipients, I was given the opportunity to give the response talk. Then I told, there were some IAS, IPS aspirants were also there among the audience. Then I told them, and I told everybody there. People are thinking he's the messiah of the oppressed, Dalits and so on, okay. But what he did to this country to make it an inclusive nation is very difficult to understand. He is the messiah not just of the Dalits, he is the messiah of the forward communities of this country. You know why? Because if you consider, how many of you believe in God? Any God? Okay, maybe God, right? Okay. How many of you believe all humans born into this world are God's children? What Ramana Rao said, Govindan said, like Krishnamohan said, we all believe that all the Human beings born in this world are the children of God. Okay, if that is the case, how can somebody make a girl a Devadasi, a Jogini? How can somebody make somebody an untouchable? All these people who have discriminated the children of God they are sinning against the God. Is it not? So then, who should be going to Kailas and who should be going to Narak? Is it not? Who are discriminating against the children of God will definitely go to Narak. So what Ambedkar did? He saved all of them. He put an end to discrimination and he saved all of them from going to hell. So who should be praising him a lot? Who should be praising him? Those people who are the oppressors must be more loyal to him. That's what I told that day. He belongs to them. He saved them from going to Punnaga Narakam. That is what. But unfortunately, sadly, what is practiced in this country, it went beyond the frontiers of this country. Do you know that recently, last 3 weeks back, I was in America, okay? That was my 13th trip to America. So, like I saw on the news headlines, California state has taken caste discrimination in the law. Do you know this? There is discrimination in California also. What Ambedkar has put an end in India is going out of the frontiers or the borders of this country. What a sad state of affairs. And recently Canada also has it formulated a law against the caste discrimination. We should be now very alert. My request to all the youngsters and students here, my request to parents and teachers is done. My dear friends, if you wanted to pay a tribute to Ambedkar, if you wanted to carry a message today from here, if you wanted to inspire you, not only yourself but others, because see, now I am not talking to ordinary students, I am talking to the most intellectually proven people who have got admission into NIT. Is it not? You are the cream of intellectuals. People and this country and your communities look up to you. What would you do when you come back from here? What would you give to the society when you come back to the society? What would the communities be benefited out of your presence here? You have to check yourself. As a student, he did a lot of research. He has become an economist. Is it not? Sir has told. Who formulated, sir? Who advised for the formation of Reserve Bank of India? It is Ambedkar. It is Ambedkar. What are you going to be known for? Okay, what am I should be known for? If you are the real followers of Ambedkar, how should we be remembered? Even after 32 years, this world remembers him. 103 countries are celebrating birthday of Ambedkar only next to March. How should you be remembered? How should I be remembered? What are our contributions to this country? What are our contributions to our community? What are the contributions to your institution? And how you are going to be remembered? As an economist, he proposed a lot of theories of economy. As an inclusive person, he asked for reservations of the girls. You are all entitled to have a right in the property of your family. Who? It is not N.T. Ramarao in Telangana. It was given by Ambedkar in our constitution. Nobody was given oath. He told one oath, whether it is Ambani's or whether it is any of you or me. It is all equal. One oath, one power. Such a great personality. If we belong to, what should we do tomorrow? How much of our time are we spending? How much time he spent? There are only hardly 2 people who read almost all the books in the British Library. That is, one is Ambedkar, the other is Lenin. How oftenly are you, even sir, I think Ratna Rao sir, you used the word ferocious learner, reader for 3 times I think. He was such a reader. And 50,000 books were in his library. When he was traveling back from London to India, I think he shipped most of his books. Unfortunately, that cruise it sank and lost all his books. What is your collection of books, sir? Apart from your subject books, what is the collection of your books? Are you a real Ambedkarite? Are you a real follower of Ambedkarism? What do you know about what is happening in your own village or in your own place? When he came back to India, he saw that Dalits were not allowed to take water from the village tank. Where a dog was allowed to drink water there, but Dalits were not allowed. He led a movement there. Yes, मैं पी के रहूँगा. I will drink and remain this water in spite of all oppression. He led lot of people to go there and do that. Identify one discrimination in your place. Raise your voice. Collect people. That's what he told. Educate, organize and agitate. At least one thing people should remember you. अरे मेरा गांव का एक बच्चा NIT में पढ़ रहा था. एक गांव को आके इतने एक बदलाव लाए एक गांव में. What is that you can bring? What is that you can give to your own place? He didn't settle down as a good professor there. He didn't settle down in London or America, okay, to make his money. You know the sacrifices made by his own wife for him to pursue his education there. There was no money. His children were sick. 4 children died of Ambedkar because the money was saved. Instead of buying medicines to his children, wife Ramabai has sent that amount for his education to a foreign country. Today people are telling, I did this sacrifice, I went into the mouth of the death and came back. Let me be the chief minister or whatever it may be. If that is the case, where should be Ambedkar in this country? Who sacrificed his own children, his wife. Let us imagine. If you wanted to belong to Ambedkar, we should not remain unaware of Ambedkar. Every day, we should check how much I grew in Ambedkar, how much I evolved in Ambedkar, how much I determined myself to be a replica of Ambedkar. If that is done, this day is really a great tribute to that master. Come on, talk about your friend who could not come. Let it be a BC, FC, OBC, ABC, no BC. Talk to them about Ambedkar. Inspire them to know about him. It personally benefit them. Sir told, what a beautiful English is it. Sir, every point each one of you talked here, I recorded in my heart. Sir told, what a beautiful language he had. You know, tomorrow when you go to interviews, if you are influenced by Ambedkar, you will be the best. Okay, either in campus interview or your group discussions, wherever you go, when you become an administrator also. This much of varied, versatile personality Ambedkar is. If you are influenced by him, if you are a follower of him, you will definitely be a great CEO, a great contributor, a great winner in life. You don't need many icons to follow. Ambedkar alone is sufficient for all of us to be successful in our life and contribute back to this world and this country. So please think about the last thing he told is Hindu. That is the reason he assumed Buddhism. He took up Buddhism. 8 lakhs of people marched in Nagpur for him to become a Buddhist. So, one quote I wanted to leave with you now before I go. If you keep on talking, time will not be sufficient, you know. Days will not be sufficient. Year long, you can continue to talk without repeating what Ambedkar or Baba Saheb has done to this nation or to us. Lastly, give back to society. What is that you wanted to pay back to the society? Please, have a vision. Make up your minds. In what way can I pay back to the society? I have seen a lot of people funding the education of poor people, providing books to people, establishing libraries in villages,
you have seen. Assume something. Unless you are successful, unless you are more successful, you cannot pay back more to the society. I wish you to be more successful, and your success lies in paying your tribute to everybody here today.
This day is not an ordinary day. My presence has a purpose. Presence of Krishna Mohanji has a purpose. I think before leaving NIT, our Ranarao sir has a purpose here to be here. Okay. And all these purposes, we pay a true tribute to Baba Saheb with the determination of the vision. He had a, he holds the Constitution book in his hand, left hand. He has two pens here as per the original design, and he stretches his finger forward, telling that have a longer vision for this nation, have a longer vision for your community, have a longer vision for your personal self. Go on. Don't get stuck by WhatsApp. Don't get stuck by a girlfriend. Don't get stuck by an emotion. Don't get stuck by the food stalls that are around this. Okay, have a vision. Have a vision. Follow Ambedkar. Try on enjoy. Thank you very much. Come on, tell people should think that maybe something is going wrong there. Hold your face. Shout out.